The World Health Summit was in the beginning a project of the Charité. You know, this was the 300-year anniversary celebration of the Charité and reaching out to the world and responsibility of science for the world, and that's why we created the World Health Summit. Now, at that time I was head of the Charité. Now this has become a specific project, still of the Charité, but an independent legal entity, which is the World Health Summit Foundation, owned by the Charité. Okay, so it's an independent organization, and I'm head of the foundation board of the World Health Summit Foundation. And we have a CEO, and this at the same time is the legal entity of the so-called M8 Alliance of academic health centers around the world, universities and national academies of medicine and sciences. This, of course, has developed. In the beginning, we were encouraged actually by Chancellor Merkel to found something similar to the G8 political process, but for medical and health purposes. So that's where the name M8 Alliance comes from. And in the beginning was major health centers from the G8 countries. Now we expanded, we are now 24 members, major academic health centers from Kyoto University in Japan, to Monash University in Australia, to Johns Hopkins University in US, and Imperial College and London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine in London. And then, of course, it was difficult. Many academic institutions wanted to become partner. It was hard for us to decide who is in, who is out. We wanted to be open. So now we are 24. The last one was Coimbra University from Portugal, who have a large network of Portuguese-speaking countries within their realm of influence and interest. And the very last was Tehran University from Iran. Actually was accepted this year in the General Assembly of the M8 Alliance. The important point there is that with the national academies, we have more or less an umbrella organization for each major scientific country. There are more than 100 academies of sciences and medicine in this inter-academy partnership for health, and I'm the co-chair together with a Chinese colleague of this inter-academy partnership. This, at the same time, explains the importance and outreach of the M8 Alliance. If we take decisions, we can make, as we will today, today actually at the end of the meeting, have an M8 Alliance declaration, which is the result of major findings and discussions and consensus, though we didn't take a democratic vote, but by the M8 Alliance members. These are the major conclusions from this meeting. At the same time, academies are participating in almost all of the workshops, and then we extract certain topics which then are formulated in calls of action of the academies. If they are signed, and that's not guaranteed, that's a longer process, of course, it's not done at this meeting, it's during the course of the year. If they are signed by all the national academies, the raison d'etre of the national academies is to counsel their national governments. At the same time, it goes to the international organizations, United Nations Family, WHO, UNESCO, and others. Then if the national governments agree with this suggestion of the national academies, of their national academy, and they find, if they go to the international organizations, they find they are informed, they also find this important, then this is a very strong way to set the agenda for international activities. And if you look at the agenda of the G8, G20 political group, especially now under the presidency of Germany, you will find many health and scientific topics on the agenda. So this is in part an outgrowth of these discussions at the World Health Summit.